welcome. Okay, okay, welcome back again to some 0K action. It's going to be a 4 versus 4 on the Blue Comet map, and yeah, it was. I have to admit, it was kind of initially a bit tricky to tell at first, but it is actually a water map, as you can see. So yeah, we'll be selecting our various commanders and all that. We'll just skip the pre-game chatter. And I didn't actually really think about the fact that we're actually going to be sharing resources anyway, so wasn't really much point in me drawing that line there, but in any case, we'll see how things work out. So naval, of course, is going to factor very heavily. Even drawing a nice little ship there, as you can see. Well, sort of a ship anyway. And, bizarrely enough, I'm going as... why the hell can't I select that? Okay, there we go. So as you can see, I'm going naval. My ally Warpig is going with airplanes. We got shipyard from Edrush. Not really sure what the hell. Wait a minute. Oh. Okay. I guess someone must have quit. I didn't even notice that when I was actually playing. Well, in any case, it's going to start off with a couple of quick skaters. Black Warrior is going to be going with a quick gunship plant. We got naval for Hodref, and bizarrely enough, we've also got amphibious operations for LOL2423. Interesting little name indeed. That's myself here. I'm just starting off with a couple of skaters, and yep, finally going on to corvettes. So just a couple of skaters just to scout ahead. Looks like I'll be trying to go for a little bit of overdrive. Not much, as you can see, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. And yeah, we got the first bit of harassment here. We've got Skater coming in to try to do whatever damage you can, and also an Avenger, presumably just to scout ahead. Even got my own Skater ahead, just trying to scout as well. We'll see how that will work out, though. We do have an enemy Skater to contend with, but he does have less health than me, so I think, provided that actually... Okay, never mind, I guess I'll be ignoring it. Oh, no, never mind, that's actually one of our Skaters. Whoops. Well, in either case, should hopefully be able to take out the Metal Extractor, so doing a nice bit of harassment. This defender, as you can see, I'm barely managing to keep my ships out of range of the enemy defenses. I probably should actually search to see what the widget or hotkey is for automatically displaying weapons ranges, because when you're actually playing the game, then the enemy's weapons ranges are automatically displayed for static defenses, I believe. But in replays, it does not seem to be the case. Well, in any case, yeah, this gunship is eventually going to take me out. Actually, I might have been able to take him out if I went straight for him. Actually, probably not really. It does have a bit of health, I admit. And, I guess level 0 commander, no problemo. Huh. Yeah, I don't have any dedicated naval commanders myself, actually, so I don't think I'll be actually upgrading mine at all, most likely. But we do have Edrush upgrading his guy. Let's have a look. Torpedo and energy cell, of course, and I'm not really sure what the hell this guy is. He's a battle commander of some description. And thank God we don't have to look at pausing and unpausing and all that. And as you can see from the bottom right, oh, there we go, my ship has improved now. In any case, as you can see from the bottom right, yeah, little team. Actually, wait a minute. Wow, it's quite a few spectators. In either case, yeah, as you can see, we've got more detailed information about the players, including their metal income, energy income, the current metal being stored, and energy being stored. Still not sure exactly what the red or blue stuff is. Offensive and defensive capabilities? I'm not entirely sure. That probably is it, actually. Well, in either case, yeah, we're trying to do whatever we can. We've got Avengers doing something or other. The Corvettes going to be roaming the map from Black Warrior, and as for myself here, we do have some Skaters trying to penetrate my lines, and actually they might be able to do a bit of economic damage. Yeah, they will be able to destroy a couple of these tidal generators, or maybe not actually. No, there goes one, unfortunately, so very unfortunate indeed, but yeah, the other Skater is going to get taken out eventually. So it kind of sucks, but I only have to rebuild one, that's not too bad. Oh, that's right, now I remember actually, for some bizarre reason I had a bit of trouble building metal extractors on certain spots. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe it was the perspective and the fact that they were going to be underwater. Maybe I wasn't seeing it correctly. I don't know, just do what you do. In any case, let's actually wait a minute. Is there a hotkey? Let's see. Ah, good. There's a hotkey for that. Actually, I might as well just set it up to 5x. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, nothing really too much happening. We do have attempted use of... wait a minute, was that? Okay, in any case, we do have amphibious spots. Whoa, time to get these guys back. Yeah, we do have amphibious spots coming in, mostly just archers and, yeah, just archers it seems. Coming in against hovercraft, really? Where's the hovercraft plants then in that case? I'm not entirely sure. Very bizarre. I think Super Ninja might have rejoined at some point. Well, very interesting indeed. Well, in either case, yeah, we're trying to do everything we can. I'll just see what the radar coverage is. Yeah, we got alright radar coverage on the left and not on the right, so. And yeah, these archers, bizarrely enough, are actually coming in to do a bit of damage. As well as the duck as well, so. Right spots, not bad. Actually, wait a minute. Okay. That's right, he uses a rather ridiculous water cannon, but then again it's going to be remaining in water anyway, so we'll see how things work out. Thankfully I do have my own anti-air frigate to shred these pesky enemy gunships, so that should pretty much render them useless, and thankfully I don't actually overdo it on the anti-air front either. I only just get one anti-air frigate, and as you can see that's more than enough to ward them back. Opponent's also getting one of their own anti-air frigates as well. I'm trying to expand as much as possible. And as you can see, the map is roughly split in two, at least it would be if our opponents had actually advanced a bit more, but yeah, we seem to be outpacing them in that regard. Still continuing to build a... bizarrely enough, I wouldn't really recommend amphibious spots unless, you know, the map contained both, you know, significant patches of ground and water. But even then, I don't know, just the way that they work, I'd prefer... Indeed. I'd prefer... actually, wait a minute, if I click on that... Okay, it actually does go over there. Huh. Oh, interesting. All I have to do is click on it. Well, in any case, yeah, I don't know, just the way that they're used, it just... Yeah. Okay, yeah. They're just a bit tricky to use, that's all. The amphibious spots and the hovercraft, they just seem to get so many more advantages. I'll admit that the assault amphibious spot, I can't remember what that was called. Oh, there we go. The Grizzly, the heavy amphibious assault walker. Yeah, it is pretty nice actually. We'll just have a look at the stats for it. Oh, okay, so it can actually float to the surface in order to shoot. So that explains why it was able to shoot me in a later game. In that case. Interesting. Well, in either case, wait a minute, was there something over here? I'm not entirely sure. Well, opponents are now trying to make an attack happen, but yeah, they really should have tried to expand a bit more. Just having a look at the incomes. I believe we're in Team 2, I think. Yes? No? Got no idea. I think I'm on Team 2. Actually, wait a minute, I just noticed it's not displaying everyone's stats either. Huh. Although yeah, I can display spectators just fine. In any case, what the hell. We've got a battle incoming, let's try to focus on that instead. Just having a look what's happening here. It's relatively even. I could have tried to position my ships a bit better, but as you can see, they're just going to be basically ramming into enemy ships. Thankfully though, with the support of the precision bombers, hopefully it's so precise I won't be hitting my own ships. Yeah, we should be able to win this naval engagement pretty easily. I'm probably overdoing it a little bit on the torpedo frigates, but in any case, yeah, we should be warding them back. As you can see, they're slowly but surely retreating. My anti-frigate wisely staying back as much as possible. They could actually try to rush it with the corvettes, but thankfully they... oh shit, actually almost getting taken out. Thankfully they do have some other ships ready to defend. Alright, yeah, thank the Lord for that. Huh. It's interesting, it looks a bit like a space shuttle, a Trident AA gunship. But in any case, yeah, trying to harass, but yeah, one anti-frigate. Well, it's not all that you'll need, but it's pretty damn useful against air targets, as you can see. So to Shavian Zedian just continuing to advance forward, trying to get a bit of overdrive working. This is connected, yep, 62%, very nicely done indeed. I suppose we only need to look at the overall team incomes and all that anyway. So we've got 82 for Team 1, which I believe is the top team. 127 for bottom team. We're also beating them when it comes to energy. So really, we're outpacing them economically. And I dare say we've got a better unit composition as well. I mean, Except for this, what the hell was Super Ninja thinking going with amphibious bots? I've got no freaking idea. He doesn't seem to have anything else out, so... Wait a minute, he's actually upgraded his commander to level 5? Okay, this is going to be interesting. Okay, yeah, of course, that's not too surprising. Interesting indeed. Alright, well, in either case, we're still outpacing them economically by not by too much, but still, especially with the way that last battle went, those planes of ours, the precision bombers, they just managed to... Actually, wait a minute. Really? This thing this thing floats on the water? Huh. I think. Kind of hard to tell, but I think it does. Well, in either case, yeah, those bombers really turning the tide of the battle there, actually. Really? We've got a couple of Crusaders? Not bad. Pretty nifty little ships, as long as... Actually, they do have longer range than the Typhoon. Yep, they certainly do. So they're pretty good fire support ships, as long as, of course, they're not getting attacked directly by Typhoons, but the precision bombers, as you can see, are helping out immensely, but yeah, these Crusaders weren't caught out of position. Very unfortunate. They should be able to take out the Typhoons for sheer, well, just for sheer force of numbers, but the thing is, they're not really meant to engage stuff directly, they're really meant to engage from afar. But no, what can you do? That's my stuff here. I'm trying to send a few ships forward. Too bad I wasn't able to take out their anti-air frigate. That would have helped a bit. They do have a few more anti-air frigates coming in anyway. Well, I'd almost say it's a bit excessive, but at the same time, though... Yeah, this will be good. Wow. At the same time, though, we do have quite a few aircraft to send out against them, so... Okay, so I guess upgrading this guy to level 5 wasn't such a bad idea after all. And I suppose because he has the Lazarus device, I suppose he can just... repair, or rather not repair, but rather resurrect fallen wrecks, both enemy and friendly. I'm not entirely sure, but I think the nanolaves, because they do affect the build power, I think they also affect the rate of resurrection. I'm not entirely sure if that's tied to build power, but in any case, they should have a Grizzly, I suppose, but yeah, this LOL guy, his amphibious bots not really sorry, not really doing too much damage at all. Missile Crew is also another very good unit for fire supports. Shouldn't exactly be used directly against units, as you can see. I mean, what the hell is this thing doing? Jesus Christ. I wonder if it's actually got more or less range than the Destroyer. You'd think it'd have a bit more range. I'm not too sure, to be honest. Let's have a look. 600 versus 750, really? Huh. Interesting. Okay, well I suppose it's also good against aircraft, which bizarrely enough they're destroys in this game or not actually, even though you'd think they... Oh, did this actually get to drop a bomb? No, it doesn't look like it's... Yeah, oh, there we go, finally does, Jesus. Ah, not bad, just gotta have a look at those things. Well, I suppose, yeah, because they can target, the Enforcers can target both ground and air targets. I suppose it does make them a little bit more versatile compared to the Destroyers. Not bad. And yeah, just a couple of probes here and there. Don't want to be, yeah, don't want to lose too much. As you can see, I'm sending up a few things here and there. I should just be sending up my Typhoons as well, actually, to help out. Being a little bit foolhardy with my units, sending both of them in like that, it's kind of sucks to say the least. We'll see how this little battle unfolds. Yeah, Destroyers though, it's very strange with them because they, well, in real life, they're used, you know, usually as both anti-air and support vessels rather than how they're used in this game, but whatever. Oh, and of course there's anti-sub in real life as well, actually, usually. Of course they can vary a bit. Usually that's the case. In either case, as you can see, I am actually still destroying them regardless, although they have managed to lay down a rather withering hail of fire with some of their support units. I could have just kept pressing on the attack there, but yeah, well, I guess I didn't. Well, and what do you know, these amphibious bots are actually doing a bit of damage. These AA bots, they can actually shoot from underwater, really? No, wait, no, they can't. Oh, okay, I see. They have to float to the freaking surface. Well, in either case, the enemy team has surrendered, I believe. Hopefully they're going to be blowing up. No, they just disappeared. Huh. Well, in any case, they've surrendered, so I mean, we pretty much... well, I mean, we had better units than they did, we used them better than they did, and we outpaced them in terms of economy, so we pretty much beat them on all fronts, really. Yeah, I even got enough to reward myself, or award, should I say, Fleet Admiral... God. Fleet Admiral, complete annihilation, and spoils of war. Sounds good to me. Well, I'll see you all next time. Welcome back again to some... interesting. Anyway, to some 0k action. It's going to be on the tundra map. We've got a bit of water, as you can see. And yeah, this will be a very good example of how not to use hovercraft in such a situation. So I'll just skip the pre-game chatter and you'll be able to see just a second. Nice little illustration of myself there, why not? Indeed. Anyway, we'll see what everyone's going for. So, top team, as you can see, we got Trolls, Fire Snap. God, he's just gone up. I don't know what the hell he's going for, but Super Ninja's going for Spiders. We got Cloaky Bots for Dane Freund. Bottom 10, we got Hovercraft for myself. Planes for Warpig. Noob Cluster's going with light vehicles in heavy tanks from Rico. So it should be interesting to see how this will work out. Other players basically are great fleet rush. Anyway, I'm basically just screwing around and seeing what will happen. So, wow, okay. I forgot about this initial fleet rush, but in any case, I'm going to get a couple of scrubbers. The only problem is, if you have a look at the terrain, maybe it's a bit hard to see from this angle, but basically puts hovercraft cannot go up through this area. They can only, I believe, go up through, I think, here and here, and that's it, basically. So we'll see. Okay, I did manage to take out a couple of fleas that went there, but yeah, there's also still a few still scouting out, actually. I didn't even notice that they were there, actually. Incredible, simply incredible. So, not bad, they'll be able to spot a bit, basically. Oh well. What can you do? And we've got a few other fleas, basically, doing a pretty good job harassing, actually, if I do say so. Huh. Indeed. So what the hell, see what happens. For some reason, Fire Snap not really getting any factories or anything like that, just, yeah, not really sure why. Got to exploit building shield bots, and Hodrev's still not building anything of his own, so very interesting game. Indeed, so yes, you'll see how my hovercraft do in just a second. As you can see, Team 2, which I should say actually who's on one team, but anyway. Let's see, Team 2... Okay, so I think that's us, so unfortunately we don't have quite as many as much metal coming in, but at the same time we're not lagging by that much. Unfortunately, enemy team will be okay. The enemy team will be securing the middle. As you can see, we do have our own guys pushing towards the middle as well, but yeah, it could have been done a hell of a lot better by myself, to say the least. I'm basically foregoing the middle completely when I should have been trying to expand as quickly as possible. We've got one scrubber coming in there to try to do a bit of damage. Not going to be able to do too much. And these other ones coming in here, so let's see how well they will do. At the very least, we'll be able to get a couple of tidal generator kills maybe, or should I say wind/tidal generator kills maybe. We'll see what happens. Okay, never mind, I'm going to bypass that entirely. Oh, that's just great. Maybe I'm hoping to strike from behind. I don't know. Just don't know. In either case, so yeah, unfortunately the enemy team is pretty much securing the middle, while I've basically foregoed that, so I don't know what the hell's thinking. And yeah, now my guys, well actually they could have done a bit of damage though. It's just that I completely screwed up the micro on them, so yeah, as you can see, a good example of what not to do with freaking hovercraft. Great, so there goes that. There goes the middle for me. I'm starting to transition into a bit more of a standard game, as it were, but the thing is, I'm just going to be fighting pretty much a land battle from now on, and hover units are not... Oh, okay. They're not as... they're not as cost efficient as you know, regular ground units or naval units are, so kind of ridiculous, but well, what can you do? What kind of commanders do these guys have anyway? Machine gun or repair system? Wait a minute, auto repair system? I wonder if that's different from something else I'm thinking of. Well, oh god, of course he's got that. But yeah, as you can see, yeah, we're probably going to be pretty much screwed. This guy should be getting the hell out of there actually, but well. Keen to at least these Avengers will be able to hopefully take him out. And I do have a right of a Bizarre Knife also coming in, we should be able to do a bit of damage as well, if you can actually freaking hit him. Well, hopefully we'll be able to eventually hit him. Great. And, gosh, Light Particle Beam, Advanced Targeting System, of course. Actually, is that from Fire Snap? Yeah, Fire Snap is going to be going for that. God, that Light Particle Beam is so annoying. I don't know if it's actually overpowered, but let's just say it's kind of hard to counter. I mean, it's not exactly the cheapest of weapons either, but it probably should be a bit more expensive for what it can do, really. I mean, it can hit a pretty fair distance on its own, and then once you add in the advanced targeting systems and high frequency beam as well, which is an upgrade for beam weapons, then yeah, it starts to kind of get kind of ridiculous. It almost gets the range of artillery, except the thing is it's continuous fire. Its one biggest downside, I suppose, is the fact that its damage is not that great, but at the same time its damage is not that great, but it's and it cannot aim over stuff either. But at the same time though, it's just got such a long range and it can continue doing damage with its beam. Instant gratification weapon basically, and as you can see, yeah, just destroying everything. Incredible, yeah, Fleece OP indeed. Yeah, good job harassing that, and yeah, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. And I should just try to secure the middle as quickly as possible as well, actually, but well, keen to see what's happening elsewhere on the map. Yeah, as you can see, battle lines being drawn, we do have slashers trying to do whatever they can, and actually doing a bit of damage. Actually, no, they're not. These bloody wrecks are getting in their way. Oh well, what can you do? At least we do have a couple of riot vehicles to help out, so yeah, that should be alright. And shield bots are a big pain in the ass to deal with, but there we go. Thankfully managing to take them out. Skirmishes will be a bit annoying, especially these indirect fire ones, but the slashers should have more than enough range to take them out. Yeah, riot vehicles aren't too bad at taking out shields as well, actually, because they usually do quite a bit of damage. Although, well, actually, maybe not. Okay, well, damage per second could be a bit better. It's just that, yeah, these guys are slow firing, of course. So got that to contend with. In either case, yeah, we do have a couple of skirmishes happening here and there. The middle point should have. Oh, okay. Yeah, the middle point should hopefully be in our hands eventually. If it wasn't for the fact that they're still continuing to build shield bots and they're forcing us back now. Well, I reckon these slashers might not do such a bad job. They just need a couple of screening units in front of them. Bam. And yeah, they can take a couple of hits here and there, but unfortunately, as you can see, my position is completely going to fall. God, and not much really I can do about that. I do have a single quill. What difference will it make? Not much, to say the least. I probably should just try to harass a bit more, but then they could have just, you know, easily have sealed off the entrances, and that would have been that. So yeah, a bit of a screw up by myself there. But, looks like my allies are trying to fortify as much as they can. Pretty sure they got roughly equivalent 8 ranges by the looks of it. It's just a matter of these slashers needing to stand still so they can actually take out these guys. Perfecto. And Roach is also a bit of a pain in the ass, but slashers should be able to take them out anyway, provided that they're not too distracted. God, ridiculous. So, oh well. As you can see, the game is most likely a foregone conclusion at this point. Our opponent's economic advantage, let's have a look. Yep, 86 to 72. Well, actually, wait a minute. I believe we're on team 2, I think. Yeah, yes, we are actually. So, never mind, we actually do have a slight economic lead, bizarrely enough. I certainly was not expecting that. Need to think. Well, we'll see how this ends up. I kind of already know how it ends up, but thank God for Stardust and all that. Yeah, I kind of already know how it ends up, but what the hell, we'll give it a shot anyway. We'll just have a look at what happens anyway, should I say. What the hell? Ah, that's what's firing, these bloody racketeers. They're not really hitting anything either, just freaking dandy. Alright, I believe, since there's nothing else happening... Actually, wait a minute, we do have a flank attack by Noob Cluster. Now, this is something I didn't actually notice when, not bad, when I was actually playing. I didn't notice he actually went for a flank attack. If you can cut off the reinforcements here, sort of envelop these guys, stop them from reinforcing as well, I might be able to... Jesus. Okay. Might be able to regain a bit of a foothold here, and then maybe I could do something, but no, I think even my construction vehicle's gone. No, actually, no, it's not. I think it's... Actually, no, wait a minute, I think it's gone, actually. Damn. Oh, no, there it is. Pfft. Great. Yeah, it's shared, of course. I didn't even think about that. Okay, but I don't think energy income is shared. I'm not entirely sure. Doesn't look like it. In any case, I reckon these slashers actually, well, they should still be right to take out the defenders. Yeah, I reckon if they just tried to advance forward like this, we might have actually stood a chance. But as it is, yeah, I don't see things going too well for us. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I didn't actually notice this bit of terraforming occurring either. Actually, I guess it's just to help fortify the Stinger. I'm not sure why he did it so far away from the Stinger. He should have just done it much closer, actually. I mean, you can't terraform exactly where the buildings are, but you can terraform pretty close to them. In fact, he could have just actually sunk the Stinger down a bit instead. Actually, no, probably walls would have been a bit better, actually. Well, what can you do? In any case, we actually do have an assault happening by Noob Cluster, so very good. Job by him. He's actually going to leave this entirely to the enemies. I'm not really sure if that's such a good idea, really, especially this bloody trolling nightmare here, as you can see. Level 5, not bad. And yeah, as you can see, he's just got a couple of damage boosters as well, but mostly advanced targeting stuff. And if we have a look at his range, yep, it's starting to get a bit ridiculous now. Can we actually see what his range is? 885, Jesus. 885, 885, yeah. Bloody ridiculous. Just bloody ridiculous. I don't even know how to rotate buildings. Not bad. Watch your opponents are going to be counter-attacking with their own spider units. And yeah, since we're doing a pretty good job of it, they've probably got a bit of an excess of Venoms, but Recluses I suppose are there to help out anyway, so Venoms just stomach everything while the Recluses come and destroy them. Indeed. Okay, yeah, those keys are at the default indeed, and yeah, as you can see, this Troll Commander is basically just going to keep on firing, and yeah, he can do a decent amount of damage when he's fully upgraded. At the same time though, remember he does cost quite a bit, so almost 5,000 metal, basically. Just having a look here, opponents finally starting to get a bit of an economic lead, although to be honest I'm kind of surprised that they didn't have an economic lead. Well, we've still got an economic lead design up. How is that possible? They own more of the map than we do, for God's sake. Bizarre, just utterly bizarre. And as myself here, I actually do build my own light vehicle factory, and yeah, it is actually facing straight towards the caretaker, because I thought it was actually facing south, but it's not. Whoops. Whoops, indeed. Oh well. What can we do? Unfortunately, our bases are getting slowly torn apart, but if we were left to our own devices, if my flank didn't fall so horrendously, then I dare say we would have at least been up for a bit of a, well, a bit of a close game at the very least, because as you can see, the midpoints are relatively evenly divided. It's just that I let my left flank fall so horribly. I'm going with ships, with hovercraft and not hover ships. But yeah, with hovercraft and what's bad? What the movement? Okay, that's what it said for them. Okay. Oh well. Actually, they should be trying to maneuver around a bit, but anyway. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, going with hovercrafts on this sort of map. I mean, it does have a little bit of water and land, but really, it's kind of pointless still. Especially since you can just cover this off the both approaches with a couple of defences, and that's it. I suppose you could then use artillery. Indeed. I suppose you could then use artillery. Interesting. Anyway, you could use artillery, hovercraft, but it's just not very efficient, really, to be fighting them on a pure ground-based battle. Yeah, well, we did try. Huh. Interesting. This stuff isn't actually aiming at them. Okay, there we go, finally they're incoming. Well, at the very least, fleas are very cost ineffective versus defense turrets, as you can see. And they'll get taken out soon enough anyway, so... What the hell is launching those missiles? Ah, okay, these freaking Racketeers, I keep forgetting about that. Well, assault vehicles trying everything they can. Is it going to be enough? Well, if they can disarm this commander, then at the very least that's, well, make things a bit easier for us, but really we've lost way too much of our infrastructure, and even though it still says we've got more economy than our opponents. Team 0 wins? Okay, well, in any case we've lost, so there's only so much we can do when your backdoor essentially is getting slowly destroyed. Still an interesting game, and a nice little cautionary tale about using units correctly as well, to say the least. And also trying to expand and, secure territory as quickly as possible. Well, there you go, 11 learn, 11 learn. Good game to opponents. This has been Dame Dudovich, signing off.